Hello there, boys and girls, chitlins of all ages. I'm George Francis. Today is April 22nd, 2023. I'm sitting right here next to my trusty Harbor Freight Predator 8750 generator, and this thing has worked non-stop for about a year through just harsh winter cold, like I'm talking like 12 to 15 degrees, up to about 100 degrees now as we begin summer. And about 2 days ago, it was running and my lights dimmed just a hair and then they all turned off. The engine was still running, so I figured I had blown one of the outlet breakers or something like that. So I came outside and lifted up my outlet, pressed the reset button, nothing. Lifted this one up, pressed the reset button, nothing. Then I've got these other 20 amp AC breakers that I pushed in, still nothing. So I came and put in a cigarette lighter and didn't get anything. So I figured, yeah, something bad has gone wrong. And so the only two things that are really serviceable on this machine, in my opinion, by anybody like me, is the voltage regulator and the brushes, which is about the only thing that I could get to anyways, since they are right inside the cap as you pull it off on that side there. So right now, the generator does not function, but the engine runs perfectly. So we're going to start it up and plug in a multimeter and see what we got at the AC outlets, and then go from there. Okay, first things first, let's test it out. We've got a light bulb here and a digital multimeter. And what we're going to do is going to lift up the plug thing, plug it in, and make sure all of our buttons are pushed in. Everything's pushed in. All the breakers seem to be fine. Turn it on, do the choke, start it up, see what happens. All right, well, starts up pretty easily, runs pretty smoothly. However, we don't have any light. So we're gonna put on that AC, see what we got going on here. So as you see, runs smoothly, but nothing coming out over here. And it looks like we're getting like 3 volts or something out of the AC outlets, which might be a good sign, I hope. I'm hoping that it's a voltage regulator and some brushes, because if it's not, I think it's done. All right, well, let's replace these things. All right, fast forward to 2 days later. The Harbor Freight package has arrived with the parts. We've got instructions for voltage regulator removal and reinstallation. And then we've got the carbon brush removal instructions and installation. And inside the box is a plug and play device, which is the voltage regulator. And yeah, so that's that. And then we've got the brushes right there. So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna take these 2 bolts off here and see if we can replace those. All right, opening up the trusty toolkit, taking out a 7mm socket, and let's see what we got going on here. Of course, let's get it going the right direction. All right. This is exciting, isn't it? Put that right there. And take that. Put that right there. And let's see what we got. All right, well, that just comes right off. All righty. Well, there's the voltage regulator. And I guess underneath there somewhere is the brushes. A little hard to see in there. Alrighty, voltage regulator removal and reinstallation. Number one, turn the power switch off. Make sure the engine is cool. Of course, power switch is off, the engine is cool. Disconnect the motorcycle battery for the automatic starter, which we don't have. Number two, remove the cover from the electrical side of the generator, which we've done. Number three, disconnect wiring harness and voltage regulator. Disconnect red and white wires from the carbon brushes. Remove the bolts and pull these puppies off. Alrighty, so I've switched tools here. We've still got the 7mm socket here. So we're gonna take that off like this. Remember, this is all real time with one hand, so let's start this one as well. All right, so there we go. There we go. Voltage regulator is free. Here's the harness for that. And when we do that, we can actually see the brushes right there. So red is on the left, and white is on the right. There's the brushes. So we might as well pull those off. Since we're in here, let's put the new parts back on. All right. Here's the brushes. Here is the instructions for those brushes. Okay, it's basically the same as the other. Remove cover from the electrical side of the generator. Remove bolt holding carbon brushes. Remove red and white wires. Make sure the area free, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we're gonna use, this 7mm. And there we go. That just comes right off of there. Oh, wow. It was the brushes, it looks like. Oh, wow, looks like it was the brushes. That's pretty bad. Alrighty, well, that's the answer to what was wrong with it, I guess. All right, let's put the other ones on. All right, well, for comparison, here's the new brushes. Here's the old brushes. So, yeah, that's kind of self-explanatory. So it might not have been the voltage regulator, but we're going to put it on anyways, just so it's both of them have the same amount of time on them, and just keep the other one as a spare. So let's go ahead and put this one on here. Okay, so take a little bit of pressure to push down on that one. And then we're gonna put our bolt in. This is my first time ever doing anything like this, so I sure hope it works and doesn't explode in my face. Make sure that's good and tight. There we go. Probably gonna make some noise since they're so tall. All right. I'm gonna take the new voltage regulator and put it on as well. First, we're gonna have to hook up the white to the white side, to the right side, and then red to the red side. And then we're gonna put our screws back in, which are these, I believe. Let's see here. All right, get one of these puppies started. This has been a really great generator. I put this generator up against any other generator that might be a different color, as in green. It really has been an amazing generator. It has worked tirelessly day and night. So now we're gonna switch to the ratchet, make sure that we're good and tight there. So that 1/4 turn there, and that'll be all right. Now we're gonna hook this up. And that looks like we got it. All right, now we're gonna start it up, see if we got any power. All right, the maiden voyage. Let's see if it works. Got here. We're showing 120. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So apparently it was these brushes. They look pretty toast right there. That can happen when you know, you turn on the generator and it's under power, or if you turn off the generator and it's under power, that can happen. I was running a 1500 watt heater all winter. That might have had something to do with it. I don't know, but yeah, brand new brushes, brand new voltage regulator. Going to keep the old one for a spare, but at least we know how old this thing is, you know, as far as the new parts that are on it. So now I'm just going to button up the generator, make sure that none of these wires are going to get chopped up by that stator in there, and put the old cover back on and call it a day. All right, make sure all the wires and everything is good and snug. I'll find a bolt here, and then let's see here. Turn it around. I'm glad that this was something simple, because I was just panicking in the middle of the night when the lights went out. Didn't know what was going to happen. Didn't know what was causing it, but I knew something was wrong. So yeah, this is a Predator 8750 Harbor Freight generator, and I tell you one thing, it's as good as the green one, if you know what I mean, if not better. It's been so dependable. Love it. So there we go. Make sure there's no wires out, and installation is complete. All right, well, that's it. That's all. That's the Predator 8750 generator. I'm George Francis. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.